You wonder if we can make that same offer because it won't have the same impact to the league.
Caitlin Clark earns $5 million for just 8 games, yet Ice Cube claims Angel Reese doesn't have the same influence on the league. This isn't just a catchy headline, it's straight from Ice Cube himself. He explained his reasoning plainly, and we're breaking down exactly why Caitlin Clark received the deal, while Angel Reese didn't. And it's not solely about on-court performance. The reasoning is far more direct and, honestly, far more controversial than most expected. Here's what really happened and why it's sparking so much discussion.
Has come out and given everybody some brutal truth, and there is a portion of this that just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just...
No, the thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that.
The controversy over Angel Reese's sponsorship deal started when TMZ reported, "Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer is just for Caitlin Clark," and it immediately sparked a frenzy. Ice Cube didn't shy away from addressing it. He made it clear that Caitlin Clark's $5 million deal wasn't solely based on her performance on the court. It was about her star power, her ability to attract sponsors, increase viewership, and generate significant revenue for the league. When asked whether Angel Reese could get the same opportunity, Ice Cube's response was straightforward and decisive.
Maybe an adjusted amount?
You wonder if we can make that same offer because it won't have the same impact to the league.
It's all smart moves. I see you. That's what you do.
Things got even more interesting when Ice Cube was asked whether Angel Reese's deal could be adjusted. On Flinch, he stood his ground, saying, "We can't do that. Her impact on the league may not be the same." He told TMZ that sponsors see Caitlin Clark as having the star power to generate millions for the league, and that kind of support makes all the difference. It wasn't just a gentle refusal, it was a firm, public distinction between two of the biggest names in women's basketball. Since then, the debate has only intensified.
Would have only needed to have played in 8 regular season games and potentially 2 playoff games to earn the absorbent amount of cash. Thinking about that.
Here's the real story. The sponsors didn't just approve Caitlin Clark's $5 million deal, they fully backed it. Ice Cube emphasized that they see Clark as a gateway to massive profits. Sponsors don't invest without reason. They evaluated Clark's reach, her hype, and the energy she brings to every game, and decided that her 8-game stint could generate millions. And interestingly, Clark turned down the offer. Walking away from $5 million says a lot about how she's strategically managing her brand.
Explained he's got no issues with the Chicago Sky forward. It's just the dollars and cents wouldn't line up. Listen to the following, Angel Reese fans. Ice Cube told us sponsors assured him Clark coming to his organization would rake in cash hand over fist. But, quote, they didn't tell us the same thing about it.
So, why isn't Angel Reese part of that conversation? That's where things get complicated. Ice Cube put it bluntly, sponsors simply don't view her as the same kind of draw. Ice Cube explained that sponsors assured him that bringing Caitlin Clark into his organization would generate huge revenue. But, as he said, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. Some people blame TV ratings and ticket sales, but Clark's numbers make it clear why sponsors are eager to back her. She's been breaking WNBA viewership records and attracting new fans every time she plays. Her highlights go beyond hardcore basketball audiences. They're everywhere. Sports shows, late-night TV, and viral social media clips. She's become a crossover star, and sponsors see her as a marketing powerhouse.
WNBA viewership, okay? Game. 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300.
That's not to say Angel Reese isn't making an impact. She was everywhere during March Madness, and her "you can't see me" gesture toward Clark went viral instantly. She brings energy, attitude, and an impressive resume. But the reality is, the cultural crossover and constant hype aren't at Clark's level, at least not yet. Reese knows how to keep people talking, but the kind of viral moments that translate into major sponsorship deals and mainstream attention? Clark has those in abundance, and that's exactly what sponsors are betting on.
Z Sports caught up with Ice Cube himself at LAX this week, and the Big 3 honcho said that there will be no deal put in front of Angel Reese anytime soon.
The fallout from Ice Cube's comments goes beyond just two players. Some fans see it as straightforward honesty. Business is business, and business follows the money. Others view it as another example of certain athletes being prioritized while others are left behind, regardless of their talent or personality. The debate isn't just about what Ice Cube said. It's about what it signals for women's sports, how athletes are valued, and who earns the spotlight.
Ice Cube said she ain't worth the 5 M's that CC was worth. It is what it is. It's not personal. I'm just keeping it real, and I'm doing business.
Clark's numbers speak volumes. The viewership, the sponsorship deals, the cultural impact. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. There's a larger conversation about how marketability is built, who gets chosen as the face of a league, and what that reveals about the business side of basketball. If you think this $5 million offer was purely about skill, you're missing the bigger picture.
This is just confirmation. And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are...
The decision came down to sponsors, stats, and star power. Ice Cube made it clear the deal wasn't about on-court performance. It was about pure profitability. Sponsors explicitly told the league they expected millions from Clark's presence. This isn't speculation. It's a business model in action. The $5 million offer ultimately boiled down to which player could drive revenue, and all the sponsor data pointed to Caitlin Clark.
Ice Cube's literally saying, we sat down, looked at the actual...
Here's what it means for sponsors. Clark isn't just a player, she's a marketing powerhouse. Her games attract viewers, her highlights go viral, and her name appears everywhere from sports networks to late-night shows. The $5 million wasn't seen as a risk, it was a strategic investment. Sponsors aren't just paying for 8 games, they're buying into the ripple effect she creates. More merchandise sales, higher TV ratings, increased social engagement, and a league that suddenly feels like must-watch TV. Clark's playing style, deep threes, clutch moments, and turning every possession into a highlight, aligns perfectly with what sponsors want. It's not about the stats, it's about the spectacle.
According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire...
Let's be real about Angel Reese. She has talent, personality, and her presence during March Madness was impossible to miss. But according to Ice Cube, sponsors didn't see her as capable of generating the same millions for the league. That's the hard truth. Reese is still building her brand in the eyes of these executives. She has fans and attention, but she hasn't reached the tipping point where sponsors are willing to invest at that level. It's not about who's more entertaining or has more heart. It's about which player sponsors believe can carry the league financially and turn it into profit.
She's not the draw, folks. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Quote, I don't know if we can make that same...
This is the business side of basketball, where trophies and stats matter less than the ability to capture mainstream attention. It's not a new strategy, but it's unfolding in real time with Clark and Reese. The league and sponsors are looking for someone who can attract casual viewers, families, and people who might not even follow basketball until they see the highlights on their feed. Clark fits that profile right now, and that's why the money went her way. Women's sports are increasingly driven by marketability. It's not just about talent. It's about who can sell the story, become the face of the league, and drive engagement. Caitlin Clark has mastered that, on and off the court, while Angel Reese is still building her brand. Sponsors see Clark as a guaranteed revenue generator. Her games break records, her highlights trend, and she attracts mainstream attention. Reese has the skill and personality, but she hasn't reached that same level yet. The debate isn't just about paychecks or social media followers. It's about a new reality in women's basketball. Star power and marketability are the main currency. Ice Cube made it clear, the biggest contracts now go to players who can unlock millions for the league, not just rack up points and rebounds. For players like Reese, this is a stark reminder that business decisions are now shaping the sport.